it appears any form of criticism is unacceptable for Mamata Banerjee. What's going on there? Is there a way out now? Sunanda Sanyal is a well-known educationist from Kolkata tonight. He's also joined by Ashok Viswanathan, an award-winning film director. Suhel Seth, managing partner of Counselage. Thank you very much for joining us. What's going on, Mr. Viswanathan? I am told that your view is that you cannot blame Mamata Banerjee alone, but who else do you blame? Who else do you blame for an arrest of a professor, of a thrashing of a professor? Now you have this professor who is in custody for 2 weeks. Who do you blame, if not Mamata Banerjee and her government?
Well, I'm not very sure. I couldn't hear you very clearly. But whatever I can gather, I'll tell you. I feel that sometimes it's the gentleman's gentleman who behaves worse than the king. Like the butler often, is more obsequious and at the same time rude. So I think the police is overreacting, taking things in their own hands. But I would strongly condemn any kind of act that restricts the democratic space of the individual to protest. So as such, the incident has to be condemned, seen in whatever light it is.
Suhel, Ashok Viswanathan says blame the police. Do you buy that argument? He's saying that police is more loyal than required.
No, I'll tell you what's happening, Arnab. There is a sense of distrust and there is more a sense of appeasement, and the appeasement is happening at all levels. The fact that Times Now, being the premier channel doesn't have someone on the 9 o'clock news defending the TMC position is evidence of the fact that many a time people are second-guessing Mamata Banerjee. But here's my logic. Why would someone who's won such a decisive mandate squander it away by being in the media for all the wrong reasons? There could be 2 or 3 possible reasons. One is completely ill-advised by those who believe that they will be sucking up to her or being adept cronies by telling her what she shouldn't be doing. The second is that the police has also learnt its lessons, saying that because of a mercurial and tempestuous nature, it is best to err on the side of caution, not realizing that you're actually erring on the side of indignity. The third, to my mind, Arnab, and this is an important point, is that the political discourse in Bengal has never been bereft of violence or state ruthlessness. But even the communists weren't this repressive, and so blatantly so. Mamata must realize she lives in different times. These are the times of Twitter and Facebook, of 24/7 media, which is not just Doordarshan, and people expect greater probity, expect greater accountability, and politicians are up against the arc lights as they've never been before. Mamata must realize that she must be seen to be doing the right thing and not just believing she's doing the right thing. And there is no space for a non-liberal environment in a state like Bengal. Never has been.
You make a point. You make a point of the Trinamool representative not being on Times Now tonight. As I said on Thursday, I said on Friday, it's not for want of trying. It appears to be a considered position of the Trinamool Congress not to come on Times Now. We have repeatedly asked them. We have repeatedly asked Derek O'Brien to come on Times Now or to send the party representatives. They choose not to come on Times Now. Question is tonight to you, Ashok Viswanathan. Coming back to you, Mr. Sanyal, in a minute. But Ashok, I want to take you on that. You say the police is more loyal than the king. Isn't it absolutely ridiculous that while the hooligans who assaulted the Jadavpur University professor were let off in 2 hours, whereas this professor from the Indian Institute of Science Education has been held in custody since April 8th for participating in a protest against evicting evicting slum dwellers? I mean, by this logic, anyone doing a similar protest in Mumbai.
I appreciate your point. I'm not supporting this. I'm not supporting the goons who have beaten up Ambike.
No, but you're blaming the police.
For a trite reason.
You're blaming the police.
No, I think what Suhel is saying is well worth noting, that you are always in the public eye in the age of Twitter and Facebook and everyone. You make one statement, we have 200 letters. So the Chief Minister not only has to do the right thing, she has to do the thing which seems to be the right thing so far as political correctness is concerned. So these are two different things.
But why would a political party be unwilling to debate the subject? Why would a political party like the Trinamool Congress be unwilling to debate the subject today? What does that reflect? And also,
I think in the last debate you had Derek O'Brien.
Well, Derek O'Brien is not on this debate.
Not really tackling the issue at all. He was saying something at a tangent, but didn't you get any statement this time?
The simple question is tonight, the no Trinamool Congress representative is even willing to come on television to debate the issue. Under the Constitution of India, Sunanda Sanyal, I want to draw you in. The freedom to assemble peacefully is a right guaranteed to me and to Professor Partho Sarothi Ray under the Constitution of India. Dr. Partho Sarothi Ray was exercising that right, wasn't he?
Well, speaking for myself, I would say, if I may, that the Trinamool party doesn't really exist. It's really the Chief Minister who matters. It's a fact. And, this lady is all that this woman matters. And we have naturally the Chief Minister herself is responsible, and what's happening at Nonadanga is something that is unfortunate. Therefore, you can't speak for Partho Sarothi Ray, who is a scientist, and even then he has been put under arrest.
No, but he was taking what is the mood in Kolkata? What is the mood in Kolkata, Mr. Sanyal, on this today?
Well, I find it's very unfortunate that this thing happens, and as a matter of fact, each step the Chief Minister is taking, the present Chief Minister is taking, is somewhat less democratic than the one she took some time ago.
No, but she doesn't seem to care.
And
she obviously she obviously feels that this kind of criticism in the media or by the intelligentsia or even by people does not seem to matter. She seems to have that conviction, Ashok. What do you think, Ashok?
No, I fully agree with all that you're saying. I have only two things. Just like there's no Trinamool Congress representative, would you agree with me if I say that Times now has taken it upon itself to completely bully and badger and criticize and contradict Mamata whenever you get a chance to? Although she may be culpable, but
to point out an injustice,
to be unbiased and get the opposite point of view too.
So one second.
What do you feel? I mean, I'm asking you now.
The standard argument. Now you tell me, Ashok. Let me take you up on that. My question is that a professor is charged with assaulting policemen on a day when he in fact was taking classes at his institute, and then he's packed off for 2 weeks. Tell me, what position would you take? 62 people of the 68 are released.
I think it was the goons who assaulted him, not the police. In that case, it was the party goons who beat him up.
He is booked
in the case of Ambikesh.
He is booked under Section 353 of the Indian Penal Code for obstructing public servants in discharging their government duty, which is a non-bailable offence. What position would you take? It's a non-bailable offence put against him. Why is that being done?
I condemn it wholeheartedly. I condemn any kind of suppression of the right to dissent.
So then should I say...
I'm in favour of the right to dissent.
So should I say then that you also have taken it upon yourself to take an anti-Trinamool position regardless of the issue at hand? Should I say so because of the position you take on this case? Because you agree with...
I'm saying that this particular incident, if you treat it issue by issue, it is to be condemned. But that doesn't mean that, the media should take it upon itself to only report those incidents which show the Chief Minister in bad light.
Tell me.
What some of the major newspapers and channels
So tell me, a couple of points. Suhel wants to come into the debate. I'm asking you tonight. On February 29th, you remember her nephew is arrested for slapping a policeman. Is reporting that going anti-Mamata? To question in early February why she called a rape cooked up. Is that being anti-Mamata? To dismiss the baby death as a rumor. Is that being anti-Mamata? to question the restructuring of the history syllabus, a debate which you were on, Ashok. Tell me, is that being anti-Mamata?
We are just pro-democracy.
Exactly.
We are for the rule of law. But the rule of law doesn't operate here in Calcutta. This is very unfortunate that the rule of law on which she came to power on the strength of the two slogans, Bodla Noy, Bodol Chai. And we hoped that she would become the chief minister of all parties. I actually hate the CPIM, but it doesn't matter. The CPIM is a constitutional party, and some people like it, and therefore, you see, you can't, even Mr. Qureshi can't rule out the CPIM, can't disallow the party to take part in the elections.
So I want to ask you, Ashok, I gave you 6 examples.
You see,
Ashok, I gave you 6 examples tonight. On 6 examples, I asked you what your position is. And if your position is that you too will be critical, are you being persistently anti-Mamata?
Examples, you are perfectly justified. The only thing is that we are receiving news which the media is giving us. Obviously, in all these 6 examples, my position is the same. Then the events are violations of democratic space.
So point is, therefore,
against that kind of violation.
So Ashok, therefore you go on the merit of the issue irrespective of the individual. You've just proven me right. You go by the merit of the issue. Mamata Banerjee does something good tomorrow. She genuinely acts. She releases the police professor. I'm sure a lot of people, including you and me, will say this is the kind of intervention required.